welcome to Gregory Studios, where we don't talk about all things creative. So my name is Gregory, the awkward yet talented Chingu. I'm a photographer, filmmaker, and author. And today, guys, I want to delve into some of the biggest problems we have as photographers. The f-stop frustrations, from melting down of equipment to frustrating clients to even your work being heavily criticized on the internet. Do we ever catch a break, guys? I'll be diving into some of the challenges I face as a photographer, my journey, and some of the challenges I know my friends, my photographer friends, are faced as well. So if that's what you are into, please stay to the end of this video. Let's dive right into it. Let's talk about the eternal struggle of posting clients. I just like to take pictures, guys. It is difficult posting clients, especially if you're just new into this photography business. Your client is standing in front of you looking awkward, like okay, I don't know how to stand. And you're at the other end of the camera, just say bend left, bend right, go down, knees up, back straight, chin up. And you get frustrated because this is something that people go through day in, day out, posing your client. This was a challenge I faced because, I see a lot of photographers posting their clients and the artistic vision is bright. I want to take this kind of pictures too, and I want to have this artistic vision. I want to, project my client in this beautiful light. And then I take the pictures and the client looks like like they're going through internal psychological and physiological crisis because they do not come out well in photo. And I know your imaginative vision is the key. Then what happens when your model or your client is so tight and so stiff and you don't even know how to pose them? So what I do is I've learned to do, even though it's still a struggle now, but what I've learned to do is that I try to make my clients comfortable. And the best pictures I have taken of my clients are the ones that are unawares. I ask them to do something silly or something fun. If it's a professional headshot, I tell them to, give me a confidence pose. I try to gear them up like, you're doing great. That is a beautiful pose. Oh, broad shoulders, you're looking sturdy. Now, turn to the left a bit. You're doing great, you're doing great. When you hype them up, you see one side of them coming out. They look all confident and they are bringing out that juice. And you're like, now, this is time to work. Wow. So just be taking those pictures whenever they do something great. Even if you're going to have like 10 bad pictures, I'm sure you're going to get one that just hits that mark. So I like to give my clients something, something to boost their confidence and something to make them feel at ease and something to, make them feel like, yeah, this is a place for them to actually let loose and, take that beautiful picture. So compliments work. If you don't know how to pose, you gotta know how to, talk good. But if you are bad at both, I don't know. Really, I have no idea. But just say something nice. It doesn't have to be reason. You don't have to be raising up your clients because some of them are married with children. You get what I'm trying to say? But just compliment them. Beautiful smile. Oh, that pose, that queen, you're giving it. Yes, queen. Yes, girl. That pose is amazing. And if you're in Nigeria, you cannot say yes, girl, to somebody who's 60 years older than you. Please, mommy, you are doing well. Mommy, I like that pose. Mommy, big mommy. When you say something like that to them, they'll be like, yes, my daughter, you want this one. You want this pose. At the end of the day, you're able to at least take good pictures. So that's how I overcome mine. If you know of any other styles, please put it down in the comments down below. And yeah, another thing that frustrates photographers, number 2 on this list, that frustrates me is when I do not have enough batteries. So let me give you a very quick case scenario. We went to this event and there was no electricity. I have batteries, don't get me wrong, I have extra batteries. But then I had to take the full coverage of this event and there was no outlet to plug my batteries. I was so frustrated, but I was like, you know what? I still got a couple of hours down the line, so I can still run with my battery. But you know what? My battery died, but my creative juice was still energized and there was no place for me to channel it. And it was a problem. And I was so frustrated. And then the event planner, be the event person in charge, was looking at me with one eye, like, you see what is going on? If I don't see that in the video, you're in trouble. But in my mind, I'm like, I know I'm already in trouble because there is no place for me to charge. There is no place for us to plug in our batteries. So what I do is I let the event planner or the organizers know beforehand. There has to be somewhere for me to, like, quick and plug. But aside that, I also carry extra batteries around now, and I try to time myself, switch off my camera, because it's a problem if you put on your battery all the time and then it runs out and then the real event starts happening and you're not able to document it. It is a huge problem. Guys, how do you resolve this problem? How do you fix, especially if you're in Nigeria, electricity is one of the epileptic problems we have. In fact, the electricity is not even epileptic, it's in coma. So let me know how you get your way around your creative juice if you are without electricity. Moving on to the third challenge I'm facing here. Now, the client wants to look natural. They want to look all beautiful, and they're like, I don't want extra, they want to look all natural. But then they have like 17 outfits. They have like 4 makeup artists. Like, the client is a literal pain in the behind, and you're just waiting there and you're like, just wait. Are you sure you're taking that picture right? Let me turn this way. Is the light natural? How do you get over that? How do you get beyond that? So it is always a problem when a client comes over prepared. How do you handle and how do you navigate that kind of challenge? Because when they are bringing some kind of energy on set, and let's say you're in a good mood, and it gets to a point whereby they are pushing you into the wall. In fact, you are past your elastic unit, you are past your tension point, you're about to break. How do you avoid, or how do you navigate through this challenge? First and foremost, the brief. Be very strict about your brief. You have to hold. I know some people are so kind, like me, like this. I have diarrhea every week because of the amount of people's crap I have been eating. So if you are so kind and you are so meek and you are so humble, people will try to take advantage of that. And I'm talking from experience. So what do? Guys, be strict. If you can't be strict, find somebody to be strict on your behalf. Get an elder brother, and if you are this only child, you're like a single child, get a friend, get your parents. If you have none of those, get somebody on the street. You have to be strict with your brief. That is how you'll be able to navigate the unforeseen circumstances and the surprises. Also, if it happens that your client is not actually over the top, but they're a bit, over the edge, they're a bit safe, they're a bit, like, I want to be done with this, and they're trying to give you an attitude on set, and everything is so frustrating for you, compliments work too. Like, let me give you another scenario. I had this client, right, and this person was in haste, but the person came to the shoot very, very late. What do you expect me to do? And you are in haste. So when the person came, the person was like, just hurry up, just take a few pictures. And I told the person, look, you're a very, very good looking man, and you want your pictures to come out as good looking as you are. Just give me some time. I know you are in haste, but just calm down. I'm not going to take more than 30 minutes. So I'll try to do everything is set up quite all right. So I'm just going to try to use my 30 minutes without extra pressure. So the man was over the edge, but I was looking at that 30 minutes mark like 30 minutes. We had a deal of 30 minutes, so just give me that 30 minutes. Actually, we ended up spending 45 minutes, and the man was a bit calm because I was able to pacify him with my words. So if you can't be as wicked as your client, if you can't do eye for an eye, try kind words. It kind of works. So guys, how do you navigate very pompous clients, clients who are so safe, and clients who want to just like dig their fingers and their claws and their vampire fangs into your neck? How do you navigate through that? So put it in the comments down below, and let's move on to the first part of this f-stop frustration. So another one here on my list is capturing candid moments while simultaneously dodging awkward small talk. Guys, small talk. If you are somebody who is so socially anxious like me, see, all this thing I'm doing is because I'm behind the camera and it's only Abiba that is there. If it's outside with people, I'm always like, zip. I don't used to talk. So if you are in large crowds and you are with people and you're socially anxious, and people want to make small talks, and you're not this charismatic person that'll just go like, oh yeah, I'm good, and have those conversations, plug in your earphones. Guys, I don't know how to navigate through that, but I plug in my earphones. I don't listen. I'm gone. So even when they are talking to me and I know they are talking to me, my earphone is there. So they can say, she has blocked her ears. She cannot hear anything. It's better than, hey, how you doing? What do you do for a living? How old are you? Are you married with 2 kids? When is your next shoot? I don't want to have those small talks. Although there are some times that I want to talk to people and I want to have conversation about my career and about my job and how I can be of help to them. I learned to, talk to people. I learned to be more confident. But there are some small talk that you just want to avoid. Your earphones are your best friend. Plug in that AirPod. It's best even if you have earpiece, the one that has wire, because some people might not see the AirPods. But when you have everything plugged in, they just leave you alone. They just feel like she's on her work. Let me just let her be. So that works for me, guys. What works for you? Put it in the comments down below and let me know what your thoughts are. The next one here is dealing with gear envy. See, guys, come here. Gear envy is a big thing in the photography community. If you are in Lagos, if you are in Nigeria, gear envy is something that I have witnessed firsthand in photography communities. So you see somebody with possibly like a Sony a6400 and you see somebody with a Sony a7, the one with the 3 fingers, that has like many zeros behind it. And there's always flexing of gears like, oh, I shot it with this. But truth be told, the whole point is your artistic vision. You can have $1 million camera in your hands and still shoot nonsense with it. You can have a very small DSLR camera and still be great at it. My first product commercials that I did with my smartphone, and nobody is going to know that I did them with my smartphone. Like I said, it's your artistic vision that really, really matters. But the whole gear flex, like, oh, there's a new update, I need to get it. You will just die. You will just kill yourself because problem no dey finish. There's problem at every turn around. There's problem at every corner. So for you to evade that challenge, be contented with what you have. I know people have said it to your ears, but possibly they've never said it in the camera or the photography world. But I'm saying it, be contented with what you have. If you can afford it, go for it. But if you can't afford it, make the most with what you have. Don't need to start saying, okay, I need to be this, I need to be that, before you make it. If you look back on this channel, there are times I even use pipes as tripod. I did not have a C-stand and I was like wiring a lot of stands, but now I have a C-stand and I have just one, and if anything happened to that C-stand, to buy another one, possibly, I don't know, maybe I have to sell one kidney, because the way this Nigeria economy, things are hard. So be contented with what you have. Everybody that's flexing their big cameras and their big lenses, sometimes look at their work and it's like, okay. You see, let me tell you something. The people who have the real money in this photography community, the people who have the big bags, the big bags, guys, they don't shout. You never see them in battles of camera or battle of gears. They won't say anything, but they let their work speak for them. So guys, be contented with what you have, make the most with what you have, and God bless you. Moving on. So the last one here is the feeling of never being sufficient as a creative. I think it happens to every creative in every facet of life. Every creative, maybe you're a photographer, you're a cinematographer, you're a painter. An artist's problem is to always criticize or to always overanalyze. Maybe criticize is not the right word, but to always overanalyze. Like, this brush stroke has to be perfect. This has to look great. This has to translate what I was feeling at this point in time. So it is always very subjective. Some people might like your work because it looks like the best thing they've ever seen. And some people might just find your work a bit eccentric. So it's not always like you have to be perfect. Just choose your own lane. Go your own way. Relax. Life is not a race. We're all gonna die anyways. Just do your best, guys. And how do I navigate through this challenge? I feel like if I create something and I put in the work and I'm able to make something beautiful and I put it out at that point in time, if later, let's say 2 weeks down the line, I look back and I see a mistake, I'm not going to criticize myself so hard because I feel it's a part of my process. And for me to be able to identify that mistake means that there's potential for growth. So why beat yourself up over things that, that you can fix? Like, you can fix it, right? Then fix it. You don't have to go back and start erasing. If you erase, how would they know that you've grown? How would they know that you've progressed? How would you even be able to hold yourself accountable? Like, okay, I was here once and now I'm here, Only then you can tell yourself, started from the bottom, now I'm here. So if you are just like overanalyzing, stressing yourself out, you're going to give yourself a problem. Like I said, we want to live long. But what will happen if your camera lives longer than you? It's going to be a big problem. So guys, those are the few challenges I face as a photographer. There's a lot. There's a whole truckload of it. But I'm just going to stick with these few challenges that I face and the solutions I've preferred. So if you have challenges you face as a photographer, please put it down in the comments. And also, if you have solutions of how you've overcome these challenges, also please put it down in the comments. And stay safe, everybody. It's a jungle out there. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Check it.